amazing. We're checking out FM9 Firmware 12 Beta on today's video. It's been a little while since there's been a big FM9 update, and this essentially takes all the fun new stuff that's been added to the Axe effects and rolls it into the FM9. There's the amp block modeling improvements, there's the drive block oversampling option, there's all the new chorus block models and improvements, and a bunch of other things that we're going to make some glorious greasy guitar noises with. To get started, I've actually got a pair of these Brit 800 amp models loaded in with a stereo cab and I think a bit of the large room reverb. Yep, I'm using my free cab IR as always. Let's just have a listen to what this sounds like with a Les Paul plugged straight in, and then I'm going to kick in a drive block. I've got the Super OD set up and I want to play around with the normal or high oversampling mode. To my ears, there's a pretty big difference in it. But first, just the guitar, the amp cab, and the reverb. We also heard a little bit of that OD1 overdrive on there. I just had the level all the way up and the overdrive control at 5. Both of those sound great into the front of the Brit 800, as you would expect, because they sound great in the real world. I've been enjoying those, and you can hear what that oversampling option does in there. It does chew up quite a bit of CPU though. So if I go back to normal over here, you can see that drops down a lot. Personally, I don't often boost the amps in here with a drive block. I end up going into the amp block and using the preamp boost. You know, I might chuck on the CC boost, or in this case, let's put the shred boost on over here with 12 dB of gain. Have a listen to what that does. Is sounding really, really good. Another model that I've been enjoying quite a lot is the Brit Silver. I've actually had the chance to play one of the real Silver Jubilee, so I feel like that was a good exercise in being able to calibrate my expectations for this model. The model in here is, of course, based on just the lead channel of the Jubilee. It would be really awesome if we had the rhythm and rhythm clip options as well, but for now, this is what it sounds like unboosted. Trusty old FAS Stealth Blue sounds massive, especially when you run some chorus in front of it. So what I'm going to do is use this new Japan CE1 chorus, of course modeled on the iconic Boss CE1 chorus. All I've done here, because I'm running it before a stereo pair of amps, is I've gone to the expert page, I've turned the width up to 100% to give me this massive stereo spread. I, of course, have to play this, right? There's a bunch of other new chorus types in here, including the vibrato mode from the CE1, which, fun fact, isn't an actual pitch vibrato, it's just a sine wave chorus, and on the real pedal it gave you independent rate and depth controls. The normal CE1 chorus is a triangle wave chorus. There is now a dedicated vibrato effect in there as well, which is just a chorus with 100% mix on there. You've got the bass CE2, you've got the MXR Stereo Chorus, you've got the Rockman Chorus, which we will hear in just a second. But first, I want to go back to that Brit 800 with the CE1 because it's perfect for this kind of sound. Massive life and vibes right there. You can, of course, run this wet dry if you want the authentic behavior of the old CE1 pedal. Another unit that does the wet dry chorus thing is the old Rockman X100. So I'll set it up here. I've got the Rock Guy chorus, low rate, high depth on there. I've got it wet dry at the moment with the mix at 100%. As you would imagine, this sounds pretty epic on a sparkly clean sound, but I've really been enjoying it on a dirty sound like this as well. Let's hear it. HM2 makes a pretty great fuzz if you just don't crank everything as well. There has been an improvement to all the gates as well. You can get a much faster attack. You can go down to 0.1 milliseconds. So if you want to do a super tight percussive metal style gate, that works really well. An interesting feature, which I'll have to do a standalone video with, is in the mixer block. So if you're using multiple sources on here and you want to account for different amounts of latency, like let's say you were using a dual amp setup where you were using one of the fractal amp blocks and you were using an external preamp, say something like a UA pedal or one of the Friedman IR pedals, and you had them running in parallel, you can adjust this in terms of the number of samples, which is really, really nice because, of course, not every single modeling unit out there has the exact same latency specs. That'd be handy as well if you were wanting to mix in, say, analog style effects with digital effects in different effects loops on there and be able to compensate for any different delays on there. Delay compensation, that's what it's called. So it's really handy having that in there, and a little quality of life improvement on here. With the reverbs, they are all now ordered by type alphabetically. So all the rooms are together, all the huge spaces, all the halls, all the springs. I really, really love that. If you want to try out this beta release, it is up on the forum. I might play you all out though with a totally over the top. Let's grab one of these massive reverbs. The Ursa Major on here. I love the way this sounds. We've got some delay. We've got some pitch shift. We've got the HM2 set up as a fuzz. I might put a stereo chorus on there. Let's use that CE1 and just maybe dial the mix down a little bit on there. I have no idea what this is going to sound like. It might be totally horrible. Who knows? Maybe the entire video sounded totally horrible to you. Maybe it sounded absolutely epic. Let me know in the comments section below. If you want to support what I'm doing here on the channel, you can check out some of the music I make with my band Ragdoll or sign up to the Patreon to get exclusive access to a whole bunch of extra content, whether it is guitar tab, exclusive videos, different effects, blocks, behind the scenes content. It is all on there and it's all linked in the video description along with my free IRs. Go grab your guitars, try out this firmware, make some glorious noises, and I'll see you then. What's this going to sound like?